Father suffocated after he got trapped in a rabbit's hole while trying to hunt the animals with dogs and ferrets. Stephen Winfrey, 50, went out ferreting on New Year's Day. A member of the public found his body stuck in a rabbit's hole. Stephen Winfrey was a keen ferreter who frequently spent his spare time trying to catch rabbits near his home. On New Year's Day, he went to Squirrel Wood Scout Camp, but got trapped while tracking down a rabbit and subsequently suffocated. Relatives were concerned when he failed to attend a celebratory lunch they had organized and raised the alarm with police the next day. His body was found by a member of the public, with his bottom half sticking out of the rabbit hole. During an inquest into Mr. Winfrey's death at Doncaster's Coroner's Court, PC Richard Hall said, "We found a male head first in a hole. Only his legs and torso were visible. He was at a 45-degree angle. Curved around the hole, there was a hand coming out of the hole. In between the man's legs, I could not see his other hand. There were scratch marks on the ground. It became obvious that the man was deceased." PC Hall said Mr. Winfrey, an unemployed former miner, had been wedged in the hole with hardly any room at all. He had taken off his Wellington boots and jacket, which were found next to the hole, along with 2 bags containing ferrets, a spade, knives, and a net. Officers also discovered a dead rabbit and a fresh mound of soil next to the hole. Mr. Winfrey's dog was tied to a tree nearby. His sister Nadine Winfrey Gibson told the inquest that she had seen her brother on New Year's Eve, when he had told her of his plans to go ferreting before lunch the next day. She said he had suffered from depression, but was being treated with medication, and had been able to live a relatively full life. About 10 years ago, he started getting help, she said. He took all his medications regularly, and had been able to live a relatively full life. We last saw him on New Year's Eve. He said he was going to go rabbiting the next day, and I suggested he should take his cousins and his uncles, as the weather had been bad. He was a very giving man. He was always seeing what he could do for other people. We'd always have a laugh with him. He was very content with his life. He never expected much in terms of material goods. As long as he had his dog, his ferrets, and his garden, he was happy. Pathologist Dr. Susan Rogers told the inquest his death was due to asphyxia, adding it was very difficult to say exactly when Mr. Winfrey died. He had probably been dead for some hours by the time he was found.